Horizon West, Lake Nona, Claremont, Winter Garden, all very big and popular names here in Central Florida, but there's one with over $1 billion in future development that for some reason we are just not talking about enough. So in today's video, we're gonna be taking a closer look on how the story of Ocoee, Florida is being rewritten and things you should think through before considering this place to call home. If you're vaguely familiar or not familiar at all with Ocoee, just to sort of ground ourselves in the conversation, we are just east of the city of Winter Garden. So we're still in Orange County, Florida, and we're about 30 minutes to the airport, 25-30 to Disney, and about 20 to 25 to downtown Orlando. Largely the future of Ocoee and the greatness that's to come depends on the Dynasty. The Dynasty being a $1 billion youth sports and entertainment complex to be built here on 159 acres of land in the Ocoee area. Development is being brought to us by Montier Development in partnership with ACOM and MDSX. By the way, when you look at the work these guys have done, it's like partnerships with the One World Trade Center and Happily Ever After to Gideon's Bakehouse. Needless to say, they know how to build really cool stuff. This statistic is insane. The youth sports tourism sector is expected to exceed $2 trillion by 2030. You're probably watching this right now and you have a child that's enrolled in some sport of some kind. Imagine a place where you could both have them on the field but have crazy entertainment options year-round in your neighborhood, and that's essentially what the Dynasty is trying to be. An all-in-one walkable campus that's integrating indoor and outdoor sports, lodging, because there will be hotels planned for this development, wellness amenities, retail, and public recreation. And so what that will look like is 17 multi-purpose fields, including 16 baseball fields and 1 field solely for football use. Additionally, they are going to be adding in a 150,000 square foot indoor sports and fitness building with basketball, volleyball courts, rehab facilities, and outdoor batting cages. Like I had just mentioned, hotels are going to be a part of it also, totaling up to about 1,100 rooms with 350,000 square feet of retail, dining, and entertainment venues, multiple parking garages, because this will be a pretty packed venue, I can imagine, all year round. One of the really cool features of this development is that they're going to be having a river walk. It's almost like a divide in between the sporting side and the retail side, and so you'll have the pedestrian paths that allow you to cross over. And you're gonna have a food hall, entertainment space, plazas, outdoor lawns, and playgrounds throughout this development as well. This could be a massive spark for the Ocoee area, guys, even void of the sports, which is awesome in and of itself, but just the retail portion alone is something that Ocoee, quite frankly, has been lacking in a sense, with much dependency on its neighboring areas, like going over to Claremont or hopping a quick short drive over to downtown Winter Garden and enjoying the amenities there. And they're looking to be complete by 2027. So this is not a project that's just sort of in the weeds, sort of a blue sky like some of Disney's projects. This is something that could be in the works very shortly. But even with a bright and amazing future ahead for Ocoee, it's still important to examine present conditions, especially if you're considering a home purchase for Ocoee right now. And so something that comes up a lot for clients of mine are schools, and Ocoee does have a mix. And so depending on where you are, you could be zoned for an A-rated elementary school, but that could also be C or B. Likewise for your middle school, you'll have B-rated middle schools, and then your high school is going to be A-rated. Another piece that comes up decently enough are health services, and you do have the Orlando Health Hospital in the Ocoee area, as well as ERs such as Guidewell that are within your area as well. A lot of people might heavily rely on the medical services over in the Claremont area because you do have a cluster of medical offices and specialty practices in that area, some of which my family has benefited from. One of the cool things about Ocoee are the amount of parks that they have for such a fairly small area. We're talking just one short of 20 parks in Ocoee. And so if you love to be outdoors, love a place to just kind of sit and relax, maybe take the kids out to a playground, or if you like playing tennis, pickleball, you do have those options within the Ocoee area for you as well. And on the retail side, this is sort of where Ocoee maybe gets a C grade as of right now, because there's not really a ton of things going on when it comes to food and restaurants and a lot of huge dining venues and such. But even before the advent of the Dynasty, when it comes, you're starting to see that sector grow as well. You got the Ocoee Village Center being built up in phases, your Chipotle, Papa John's type of deal. Also home to the first ever brick and mortar Jeff's Bagel Run location. So that's over in Ocoee. I used to go to that spot all the time. time, which is crazy, but now they have them all over the place. But again, I don't think Ocoee at the moment is so much about its current amenities, although there are some, but rather its proximity that will forever remain the same. You'll always be 10 to 12 minutes to downtown Winter Garden at most, depending on where you're at in Ocoee. You'll always be half an hour roughly to downtown, to the airport, to Disney. And that translates over into, of course, the part I'm most involved with on a day-to-day, which is the real estate aspect of things. And so when you look at the average price of a home in Ocoee right now, it's in the 400,000. Compare that to the neighboring city of Winter Garden, it's up over 600,000. And then you compare it to the neighboring south city of Ocoee, which would be Windermere, and now you're looking around $1 million. So hopefully that kind of gives you a rough idea of just how much more affordable it is compared to the other areas sharing that same proximity. That said, I love the fact that in Ocoee you can find a townhome in the mid threes. You got new construction ones in the high threes as well, still under 400,000. You can also get single family homes, although a bit older, in the 300s, and then you have tons of options between the 4 and 6s, really where most of the inventory sits for this area. I'm actually genuinely excited, curious, and looking forward to what the Dynasty does for Ocoee. I of course think it's gonna have a huge positive, a net positive effect on the area, but not just the area, but also our Orlando metro. If by chance you are looking to purchase a home in the Ocoee area, I would absolutely love to partner with you as your real estate agent. So feel free, shoot me an email, info@orlandowithmario.com, and we'll get that process started. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.